Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. So last time on our interview with Rachel on MW2 series, we talked about, what drives Rachel to be so charitable and to always want to help people out, okay? So now in this video, we're going to be talking about pushing your process until your dreams come true. Without any further ado, I cannot wait to see you guys in the interview. Have a great one.
So, something that I just kind of picked up,
Sure.
in all of your stories, right? It tends like people love to either help you, refer, or work with you. That's not rare, but it's a pretty good superpower. What do you think drives that? Why do people want to help you?
I think, that's a really hard question to answer, Bryce.
Uh,
Nobody's ever asked me that before. You just stumped me. I think they know that if it's in my capability and I can't help everybody, right? I mean, let me just say that.
mhm,
But it doesn't mean that my heart doesn't want to help. Does that make sense?
mhm.
So if I have a friend who's like, hey, Rach, come on over and help. And if I can, I will. I don't know why it's that way. I honestly don't know. I don't know if I can answer that question. I'd have to have somebody who I've worked with answer that question.
Mhm. But not just you being available. Well, maybe that is
Mm,
why, because you're available. But like one, you're adopted, right?
mm,
Two, when you're doing the art show, someone who owned a gallery and who was in a position to help you out took some kind of favor with you and said, "Hey, why don't you try and get a chance in here with your photography stuff?" People were recommending you and kind of sharing it, right? That's a certain amount of favor. So is it just because you're friendly and open and always trying to help, or why do people want to do a lot of stuff for you?
Okay, okay, let me say this. The first gal, when it comes to like the photography and the first man who helped me, you still have to submit your artwork. It wasn't just you have to go through a process. They don't just say, okay, we're gonna open the door for you. That's not how it went. I had to submit my artwork. He or she had to decide if it was a good fit, for their show. So I don't know if it's a favor thing, Bryce. I'm gonna be thinking on this.
Well,
I mean, let me say this right. I did the legwork. I did what I had to do to get the door open. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah. Favor does not mean that you just get things handed to you.
Oh,
Favor
okay.
means that when
Because
you
I've
put,
done the work.
yeah, when you put in the work,
Yeah.
you know, when you put in the work and people start to take notice. I mean, because there's one thing from when a person sees something, he puts you in the gallery one time, right? And they just put your artwork up. But you said you had a relationship with that person, correct?
I through my marketing, I met him. So it was a matter like when I started, I wanted to display my art. Right? It was important to me. Like I wanted to do that. I wanted to do art shows and hear people's perspective. So I started with submitting artwork. That's how it started to get into the galleries. And it was you have to do it. You have to take the time. You have to take the chance. I will share this story with you, Bryce, and this is a good lesson about not quitting, okay? So the first time I started doing this email marketing to get my artwork into galleries, I sent my photography to somebody. I'm not going to say who it is.
Mhm.
And I got an email back. It's like, imagine the first couple of weeks of the photography business. He says, I open the email and he says, you have zero talent as a photographer.
Mhm.
And I had a choice at that moment. Either it was I'm done, I quit my business, or I keep going, right? I replied and I just said, thank you so much for your opinion. Thank you so much for taking the time to write back because I always believe in being professional. The very next day, and I made the conscious choice to get up, do it again, keep going. I found out that I was accepted in Fort Lauderdale. So the lesson here is one, don't let one person decide your future because if he did, I would not have run my business for 10 years.
Mhm.
That was one of the first emails I got. And then I said, huh, let me try again.